Like it or not, electric cars are here now and into the future. But would it spark your interest to know they are also part of our past? We're plugging in on this edition of Inside Stalls. A world of wonder, where fantastical music machines provide the soundtrack for a tantalizing stroll through history. Vintage automobiles and memorabilia stimulate the senses around every chromed curve and corner. This is Inside Stalls. You can't avoid it today. The auto industry has become electric. Every major and independent manufacturer is offering some form of battery-powered transportation. It's even making its way into the classic car community. At this year's SEMA convention, electricity was all the rage. The legendary 1957 Chevy Project X helped steer the hobby down Electric Avenue when it arrived with a 340 horsepower, 400-volt battery-operated powertrain. All of this seems new and revolutionary, but it's neither. Ever since old Benny Franklin flew his kite in 1879, people have been trying to figure out ways to harness electrical energy. And in 1821, a man named Michael Faraday became the first to invent the electric motor. And here all along, we thought it was Elon Musk. We may have been a little slow to catch on, but 200 years later, people are starting to come around to the idea that Faraday was onto something. You may recall General Motors tried in the 90s with the EV1, but after producing 1,000 ahead of its time concepts, GM didn't see the profitability and pulled the plug on the entire project. The founding fathers at Columbia Automobile Company must have been shaking their heads. They were experimenting with and developing electric vehicles as early as the late 1800s. And in 1905, they rolled out this baby.
Another Columbia mark, XXXV, which is a brougham owned by Mary and Ted Stahl of Chesterfield, Michigan.
The Columbia Mark 35 Brougham was horse-drawn carriage minus the ponies. The driver or chauffeur managed the reins from this lofty perch, while the passengers rode in this luxuriously appointed, fully enclosed coach. The passenger could even speak to the driver via a state-of-the-art intercom system. What is this? A shower head? Oh, what's this? Hello? Anybody home? Hello? Driver, as soon as you can, please. I need to use the loo. Again? Driver, I am really craving a Blue Mist Slurpee. Can you please stop at the 7-Eleven? 7-Eleven? What the hell is a 7-Eleven? Are we there yet? No, we're not there yet! 99 bottles of beer on the wall, 99 bottles of beer. You take one down, you pass it around. 98 bottles of beer on the right. Don't make me pull this thing over and come back there. Who stole the cookie from the cookie jar? Who? Me? Not me. Yes, you. Couldn't be. Then who? I don't know. Well, sorry, sir. I'm having trouble hearing you. Apparently we have a bad connection. I think I've lost cell phone signal. We think of electric cars as being small, but this was a mammoth machine. Its wheel and rubber tires measured 38 and 42 inches in diameter. The drivetrain was unique for electric vehicles of the time. It featured dual motors. Those two large electric motors drove the ring gears on each rear wheel to make it go, reaching speeds of up to 12 to 15 miles per hour. The Brougham sold for around $3,500, although Columbia offered lower-end models starting at $750. The cars were popular in the cities due to the lack of noise, smooth roads, and available electricity. All of that combined made it an attractive mode of transportation. This car eventually fell out of sight before being rediscovered in a New York City carriage house in 1948 by famed automotive collector Henry Austin Clark Jr. It's believed the interior is upholstered in its original leather, and other than a few cosmetic touch-ups over the years, is basically as it was in 1905. Today we know the electric car is alive and well, but despite being a pioneer of electric vehicles, Columbia was taken over by U.S. Motors in 1910, and by 1914, it was out of business. If the Columbia Automobile Company was around today, we're sure it would be very proud of its history, but likely touting a new company slogan. Columbia Automobile Company, what took you so long?